Welcome to my games room setup video.
Hey guys, thought I'd just start this video off by addressing some of the things that I forgot to mention in my video. My friends that travelled to Japan and got me the games that I talk about, so my Amiibo, my friend that travelled to Japan and got me the 4 Monster Hunter Amiibo is MarkoPolo. I'd like to thank him for grabbing those for me while he was over in Japan. And the second thing I mentioned about Japan is when TheAlphamoose was over in Japan, he got me the Japanese copy of Halo, which I really love. So thanks to AlphaMoose for doing that for me. Also, I'd like to thank TheAlphamoose again and WatchYerBack for helping me set up my video. You see TheAlphamoose just then. Here I am just doing a bit of solo stuff, and then later on I get WatchYerBack in to help me categorize everything in alphabetical order. It's mainly just my PS3 stuff. You'll see me here choosing between duplicates. First I base it on whether I've got the PAL version of the game. If both of them are the PAL version, then I'll see which is better quality. I base it on disc quality, game case quality, sleeve quality, and just general look of it. I generally don't worry about the case too much because I can always swap them out with games that I buy later on down the track. Yeah, that's just about it. The one game that I mentioned that I bought for $2 and it's really particularly special in my collection is Nier. I got it for $2. I'm very proud of that. I didn't pay the going price, which is about $60 to $80 on Gumtree. That's in Australian dollars, by the way. I'm an Australian collector. So thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers.
Guys, this is a cautionary tale, okay? If you start to collect video games, you will never stop. It all started when I walked into EB Games one day. I don't know what I was buying, probably the next Halo or something like that. And the guy at the clerk was like, "Oh hey man, I don't know if you've seen these Amiibos or anything, but like this Meta Knight is selling crazy right now on eBay. It's going for like $50. We're only selling it for 10, like it's a major deal, like it'll never come out again, it'll always keep its value, blah 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 blah." I bought it. It was the first Amiibo I ever bought. That was it. Like, I got Meta Knight and then I had to get all the Pokemon for some reason, so I collected all the Pokemon Amiibo that were out at the time. I think it was Mewtwo, Charizard, there's a few other things in the collection. And then I bought one Zelda Amiibo just because I liked the look of it, and all of a sudden the Breath of the Wild Amiibos came out, so that there was all the champions that came out, and I said to myself, champions look cool, I really like this game, I have to buy the champions. Why? After I did that, I had to have all the Zelda Amiibos, every single Zelda Amiibo, and this is the kicker, I was going to be happy with that. I was going to be happy with the Zelda Amiibos. I was going to be continuing on with my life, no more problems, and then bam! I bought this massive box set on Gumtree. That's like the Australian Craigslist, I believe. Is that what you guys call it in America? Anyway, it's like a massive forum for people to go online and sell things. So I went on Gumtree and they were selling like the entire collection of unboxed Super Smash Bros. Amiibo. And I just thought to myself, why not? It's cheap. They all still have their boxes. They were just all like carefully cut out so that you could put them back in and you wouldn't be able to notice it. I think I've got one. My Carrie and Marie Amiibo is one of those. So he obviously in that set he had all of the Smash Bros. Amiibos, but also some others. And I got them, and because I had so many fragments of all the different subsets of Amiibo, I had to collect them all. So here I am with nearly a complete selection of Amiibo. So I've got basically everything. I'm missing a couple of things, like I'm missing Bowser Black, and I I'd like to get him boxed because I've got Bowser in his superchargers, and I've got Donkey Kong in his superchargers, and I really would just like to get boxed black superchargers. Also, I'm missing Gold Mega Man, and by God, the longer I leave getting that thing, the more expensive it gets. So anyway, after that, I decided that I would start collecting PS3 games. Why PS3? Who knows? I'm really into platinuming games. I have a lot of platinums on PlayStation. I have a Vita. I really love my Vita and platinuming games on that. So I think I decided to start collecting PS3 games because they had platinums, so I could go and play all these games and get lots and lots of platinums, and they're cheap. They were cheap. When I started collecting PS3 games, they were really, really cheap. You could go down to EB Games, they were still selling them, and you could pick them up for 4 for $20 or 3 for $10. Whatever they had them at a time, there was always a special every single week. It'd alternate between the two of them. Then you could go down to some secondhand stores and get them for $5 each. Like, it's really, really cheap to collect on PS3. Also, Gumtree, massive bundles for very little. I got one of the best games in my collection for $2, and we'll get to that in a bit. I like the system. I didn't actually play PS3 during the system's lifetime. I was actually an Xbox 360 nerd. PS3 is my biggest collecting thing at the moment. I've got about 700 games last I checked. I have been picking up a lot recently though, so who knows at this point. So long story short, I collect PS3 games. I'm still collecting PS3 games. I've got about 700. I'm trying to get the full PAL set at this point, I think. But I've got lots of stuff from overseas as well. So if I get that sort of stuff, that's great. But I'm not actively trying to get everything on PS3. I think a full collection of PAL would be where I would call it zip. Although I have said previously to my fiance that 250 games, 500 games, 750 games would be the end of. But I think that if I get a full PAL set, I'll finally be satisfied with my life. But that's not where it's stopping, because I've also started to collect Xbox games and also 360 exclusive games and PS2 games, because my father-in-law gave me a PS2, and it just goes on and on and on. Again, if you start collecting games, you will never stop. The last thing that I am trying to collect for is PSP and Vita at the moment, because PSP games, I think you can find like some pretty decent games pretty cheap. Vita games are not like that at all. They're so expensive. So expensive. And it's because the whole system in general was a flop. But it's a really good system. I love my Vita. I play it every day. And it's so hard to collect for because all the good games are super expensive and all the bad games are bad games. So to finish this video, I think what I'd like to do is take you guys around my games room, show you how I've got it all set up, and show you maybe a couple of the things that I really like in my collection. So I haven't given this games room name. Comment section below to tell me what you think my new games room should be called. Anyway, if we go in and we walk in on the right here, I've got loads of my Amiibo collection, including some of the newer stuff like Joker and Hero up on the top left there. I've got a big boxed Detective Pikachu, and then we move down. I've got my PSP and Vita on the same level because I've only just started collecting for them. Actually, I haven't even bought a Vita game. These are just the ones that I own, including a Japanese version of Sword Art Online versus, I can't even read that. I don't even know what it is. I tried to play it and I can't read Japanese. So I got I didn't get very far before I got stuck and couldn't play anymore. We head down. I've started collecting for the original Xbox, even though I haven't bought an original Xbox yet. I've still got to buy one. I'm waiting to find a decently priced bundle on Gumtree so that comes with a whole bunch of games so that I can get an Xbox and start playing those again. An Xbox is what I had when I was a kid, so they're very special to me. Especially these games here, Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey, Nightcaster, and there's another one, it is Fusion Frenzy. Were 3 games that I had on a demo disc
that I couldn't actually play. They were just the trailers for those games, and I was so obsessed. I watched them hundreds and hundreds of times and couldn't actually play the games because they were just trailers on a demo disc. If we go down a little bit more, I've got some game books over here, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and essentially my Harry Potter collection and Naruto collection. So I really like I grew up with the Harry Potter books, obviously, and these are my originals from when I was a kid. And these Naruto books, I started buying these two here. Japanese versions that I bought from 7-Elevens while I was over in Japan, and these Borutos I've been buying and reading as they come out. I started reading them online though, because they're way further online than they are in physical releases. I still buy the books though, whenever I can. More Amiibos. I've got the collector's edition of Zelda Link's Awakening up here that I have no use for this top shelf yet, so I just thought that would look good being presented nice and up the top there. We go down, more Amiibos. I've got 4 Japanese exclusive Amiibo in box that I really love, and I got them because a friend of mine was going to Japan after I'd already been. When I went to Japan, I wasn't collecting Amiibo. When he was going to Japan, I was really deep into it, so I asked him to look out for one of these, any of the 7 Japanese exclusives that I was looking for. So I asked him to look out for any of the 6 Monster Hunter Amiibos, which are exclusive to Japan. I ended up getting 4 of them. He ended up getting 4 of them for me, which was really cool. There's only 2 that I'm missing, including the little cat, and then obviously Box Boy, which is probably the most ridiculously overpriced thing ever, but I still need it if I want to complete my collection. Going down, more Amiibo. I've got my lonely Xbox One game remaining. I did have an Xbox One at one point, but when the Switch came out, I traded it in for the Switch. Actually, that's a lie. I have more Xbox One games in my Halo cabinet, but we'll get to that in a second. Go down, collecting Xbox 360 exclusives. Not all of these are exclusives, I understand that, but some of them I don't have on PS3 yet, and come in nice collector's editions, like this Need for Speed Carbon that don't really need, but it looks good, and comes in a nice slipcase, and we love our slippies. But others that are definitely Xbox 360 exclusives, and I really want them because I love the Xbox 360 and I really want to play it when I get one back. I don't have an Xbox 360 at the moment either. I have like 7 PS3s and no Xbox 360s. My PS2 collection that I've just started. Moving over. The centerpiece, I would think, of my games room is my Halo collection. So I collect the games, the special editions of the games. I collect the books and the comics, and also like any controllers or extra things I can get my hands on. You'll see in there also, I had another friend, funny enough, go to Japan and get me this copy of Halo 1 in Japanese, and I think it's really awesome. Go down, I have all the Prima game guides and all the movies. Halo Forward Unto Dawn, which was the YouTube exclusive series that was later released on Blu-ray. Really love it. My favorite piece at the moment, which was my housewarming gift from my fiance, if I just open this up, is Halo 2600, which I have opened up to have a look at the game, and I will be buying an Atari at some point and playing this, but it is in this nice plastic sleeve, and I keep it in there to keep it nice and fresh because it is so beautiful. If you don't know what it is, it's a demake of the original Halo game for the Atari 2600, and I just think that is rad. Moving over, here is primarily like the main bit of the Amiibo collection. I've got a lot of cool stuff up here. Triple packs of some gold editions, silver editions. I've got Boo, who glows in the dark, and I kept him in his box while I took all the rest of his series out of box, just for space reasons. If I had them all in box, I'd run out of space pretty quickly. I have the Skylanders versions of... I have the Skylander Amiibo, sorry, which can double as either a Skylander or an Amiibo. I think they're pretty cool. I have the black version of Donkey Kong, but I don't have the black version of Bowser yet. I'm still looking for him. Move down, I've got my Zelda Amiibo all in a nice little bunch. My PS4 games, which I have about 150 of. That's my current system that I'm really into. And I love collecting for it. Any cheap game that I find for PS4, I just pick it up because I want to play it at some point. The perils of any collection, though, as anybody who's collecting would know, is that you buy more than you can play. So most of the stuff in my collection I actually haven't played. Moving up again, we've got more Amiibo. I've got some of my box Splatoon and Shovel Knight Amiibo up here. Down, I have loads of statues that I've collected from Ultimate Editions of games, but also just stuff that I really love, like Charizard is my favorite Pokemon, so when I was over in Japan I found a whole bunch of these toys for Charizard's various forms. Also Lugia, who is my favorite legendary Pokemon. I've got a whole bunch of stuff for Assassin's Creed up here, Lara Croft. I've got some Persona stuff, Izanagi no Akami, who's like the ultimate Persona of Persona 4, and a whole bunch of Destiny stuff as well. I really love Destiny, especially this Cade statue here. I think it's really awesome. Moving up, we've got some more Amiibo. All the Pokemon Amiibo here, and some of the Super Smash Bros. In-box. All the Wii U exclusive, all the Wii U released Super Smash Bros. I've got them all in box, and I think they look really cool, and they stay that way. Okay, moving over, I have my 3DS collection and DS collection, which is primarily just Pokemon games and Fire Emblem. That's basically it. And some boxes there. Some of that stuff I haven't properly organized yet. Moving down, I've got my Switch collection, which I obviously love. I love my Switch. Basically everything I buy on Switch, though, I play because, as you know, Switch stuff stays pretty much... Sorry about that, beep. Switch stuff stays pretty much at its price and never goes down. Moving down, I've got my boxed Woolly Yoshi, my giant one, and his 4 companions there, and some more Super Smash Bros. Amiibo. I buy all Amiibo as they come out now, so I never miss one again. Going down, I have, begrudgingly, Animal Crossing Amiibo. I'm not really a big fan of the series, and I said to myself I wasn't going to buy them, but as you know, if you're collecting something, you've got to collect the whole lot. So I think I'm missing maybe a couple of them, but I'm not sure. I'm definitely missing some of the different boxed versions. Okay, and the main part of my collection, PS3 games. PS3 games. So I have them set up like this. They're all in alphabetical order. I have about 700 games and I'm still collecting, which is why I've got space down the bottom to fill them in. The ones that are all mangly and gross looking, that haven't been sorted into my collection yet, I keep down the bottom. They're not gross looking because of their cases, they're just, I haven't sorted them out yet, so they're all in piles and don't look very nice. But I've got the perils of collecting with these bookshelves here is that every time I want to add another game in, I've got to move a game from there to that one, then 2 games from there to that one, and 3, and so on and so forth, and it's just a cascade, and it's so hard, so I usually leave it for a while and do it all in one big go. Up the top, I've got some pop vinyls that I like or have been given to me that I don't keep in box because I'm not particularly, I don't really care about collecting them. I just like the characters that are up here. I have some Game of Thrones Monopoly, some boxed PlayStation 3 stuff, Diggs Nightcrawler, Book of Spells. My original Assassin's Creed I bought before starting collecting. It actually sat in a windowsill for years, which is why it's in such bad condition. You'll see here the line between where the sun could hit it and where the windowsill was blocking it. The original color on the right and the faded color on the left. It's the saddest thing I have in my collection because it's really, really
collectible, but I just took such bad care of it before I started collecting. Whole bunch of other boxes up here. This is my original Pokemon Master Trainer board game that I've had since I was 5 years old, and it is in really good condition. The box is really bad, but everything else inside is really good, except I am missing one of the Pokemon, which is Parasect. And that's basically it for over there. In the middle, I have my comfortable gaming setup, which is my couch here. And I have a monitor on the left, which is for all like current gen games, PS3, PS4, and my TV on the right is obviously for my retro gaming, which is mostly at the moment PS2 and Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And yeah, that's basically it. Over in that corner, there's not much going on at the moment. This room is so big, I haven't been able to fill it with stuff just yet. I've got my gis piled up in the corner there, my karate uniforms. And over here is my desk, workstation, and PC gaming setup. Yeah, that's it. Recently I picked up this, which is really cool. It's a boxed set of Eye of Judgment, and I picked it up because one of my best friends found it on eBay and was desperate to play it actually, but he couldn't justify buying it, so he begged me to buy it, but he knew that if I bought it, it would stay sealed. It is cracked, so it's not technically sealed, but it's in its case and it's staying that way. He wants to play it because it looks like the way the old Yu-Gi-Oh anime used to work, and how that would play if it was in real life. Like use the PS3 camera and the monsters come to life when you put the cards down in front of it, and I think it's really cool. But it's staying in its box. Alright guys, there you have it. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please feel free to drop me a like, comment and subscribe. Cheers, and I'll see you next time.